Today, really, it's about iTunes U. It's not about iTunes, okay? So we do know iTunes, so you can download videos, music, and everything. But today's session is really about iTunes U. I'm a bit far away from the screen, so I'm pointing from here. I come from an educational system that was all about talking and chalk. It was about dictation, but about recitation. When we had exams, there was nothing prepared for us. We just walked to the classroom. If the blackboard was closed, that means the exam is on today, okay? There was no timetable for assessment. There was no handouts, no worksheets. It was basically write everything, you know. And I think the majority of you would be familiar with something like this. But I have been able to access a computer until I was doing my master's, so it's really a long time. Today, we are actually in touch or in contact with kids who are really born with computers. I mean, they are, 2 years, 3 years, they have some kind of device. So really, there is a big gap between myself and my students. Okay, and it's really the aim today is about breaching the gap. We're gonna have to step into their world. We can't just say, I have tried, oh, it's a gadget. When the iPod came in, oh yeah, whatever, I'm not gonna use it, I don't need it. The iPhone came in, I said, oh, mine was okay, the analog one, I can still ring, I can still get phone calls. I really don't use one, I'm using one now. So really, that being reluctant, you are allowed to be reluctant, it's okay, but if we just step into that zone when we are not comfortable and trying to learn things that our kids are doing. Then I had to, got a job at St. Hilda's School, and it's a big school on IT. The first thing we had is the intranet, and it was St. Hilda's online curriculum. It used to be called, as an acronym, SHOCK, and we didn't really use it initially, but, things has changed after that. The school started to think about how can we do things online. Okay, so we moved from using textbooks and cutting and pasting and photocopying and starting uploading material on the portal, documents. Then slowly we started doing things digital and making our teaching and learning more interesting. I love doing photo stories. I actually still use photo story. Okay, so we started to become more sophisticated. The kids starting to enjoy our learning, our teaching and materials, and they started to actually be involved in creating things. So I actually still have photo stories from the last 5-6 years that I get out and show my students. It's good to recycle kids' work. It's fantastic. Okay? Then here we are. We had the N1H1, remember the flu, the big flu? And as we are a boarding school, we really needed, was a big push about, we need to have really the courses online. It's not just if you want to do it. We really need to be able to say, if the kids are sick, they are in Gundawindi or whatever, they need to be able to access the teaching material. It was not anymore a joke. It was about, you need to do it. Okay? So it was a much easier system we're using the management, platform management called Blackboard. Some EQ schools are using it as well. They just give it another name. There is Moodle, there is plenty. But I just love, and if you, I think, Griffith University use Blackboard? Yeah, it's fantastic. I like it because you could do so much with it. Not only uploading materials, but as well emailing your students as a group, doing blogs. You can even grade them if you want to. I love it, and we actually have it as an app on our iPad. So not only when you sit in front of a computer, you can access the material, but as well on the iPad. Okay, here we are. So the Blackboard Learn. Actually, it's not, the data is not stored at school. Actually, I think everything is in Sydney somewhere. So even like if our system goes down, the Blackboard is still on, we can actually still access the material, which is really good. I really find that really good. So there are no excuses. So there was really a commitment to stay in touch. We were committed. We could do this. Okay, that's actually the, you go to App Store and you download that. It's called iTunes U, not iTunes, iTunes U. So you got the academic hat because it is for academia. It is for academic. It's actually, you got Yale University, we got Harvard, you got everybody doing courses now on iTunes U. Okay? It's things will get clarified as I go. Okay? So basically what you've got there, it's a screenshot of some of what iTunes U courses that I have created. So when you go to iTunes U on your Mac, if you have a Mac, you will we don't have internet connection, but I'll show you later on anyway. You'll have a catalog that you can have a look and you can see the courses. So I'm going to go and show you that. So here we are. So to be able to create those courses, you need to be on an iOS device. Can I just make it really clear? Your iTunes U course, and you want to put that down because you may forget, your iTunes U course cannot be created on the iPad. Okay? You have to create your iTunes course in a particular browser, and it's called Safari. So once you do that, you need to sign in. You are the course manager. Hence, you need to sign in to that HTTP. You need to put that down. Under this tab, so you got uni and colleges, beyond campus, or K-12. I want to go here because I teach K-12. So you press on that. Okay? So I press on K-12. And we have a list of schools around the world that actually are registered for iTunes U. Okay? So can you see there? So that's my first course that I have created, and it was about the environment. Okay? And all you have to do when you open the page, oh, you're there, fantastic. Mm-hmm. So you go to St. Hilda's. So you can actually access all my material when you subscribe. Okay? So I'm going to create a course. Create a course. Did you see what I clicked? And I'm going to call it Le Racisme. How about that? Or just French, because I like to have French. Okay, my little dash. And I'm going to write Le Racisme.